It's been a good ball game this afternoon. 1-0 Hudson Valley leading Lowell as we go to the 8th, and it is only the first of two here on Nesson here at Fenway Park. Our Futures at Fenway doubleheader presented by Filene's Basement. Game 2 of our doubleheader features the Portland Sea Dogs. On the mound, right-hander Michael Bowden, one of the top pitching prospects not only in the Red Sox organization but in all of baseball. He'll face the Harrisburg Senators, the AA affiliate of the Washington Nationals. Beltran Perez spent a little time in the big leagues last year for Washington. He's going to pitch for Harrisburg in Game 2. Michael Bowden pitching for the first time in 9 days today. 6-4, a 4.28 ERA for Portland after getting off to a great start this year in Lancaster. Brett Lewis takes over behind the plate. It was a good afternoon for Ty Whedon, who singled and walked twice. But now it's Lewis behind the plate, and it's Sean O'Malley at the plate, swinging through the first offering from Adam Mills. Mills on to start his second inning in relief, allowed a leadoff double to Stephen Vogt in the 7th, but then retired the next 3 straight. And he's ahead of O'Malley quickly 0-2.
And Mills, just a collegiate player that came out of a great UNC program, had some unbelievable numbers at UNC Charlotte, and really knows how to pitch. Very mature for his age. The kind of guy that a lot of these younger players on the team can look to for some leadership. Next year, you'll probably see him in the starting rotation. This year, just trying to get his feet wet in pro ball. But the people in this organization and the Red Sox organization are very happy so far with his progress. And I think you're going to hear a lot about this guy as his career unfolds.
He's 22 years old. He threw 142 2/3 college innings this year. That's why they want to very carefully monitor his innings pitched and his pitches thrown here in Lowell. And he starts off inning number 8 with a strikeout of O'Malley. He was the Atlantic 10 Pitcher of the Year. Went 14-2, a 1.01 ERA for Mills at UNC Charlotte.
And there's the breaking ball right there. Just O'Malley unable to hold up and went too far. Gets the strikeout. Mills gets the strikeout.
We're at Fenway Park. This is Game 1 of our Futures at Fenway doubleheader presented by Filene's Basement. Glenn Geffner along with Ken Ryan and Mike Antonellis. Very happy you're with us. Game 2 coming up next. The Portland Sea Dogs and the Harrisburg Senators. Here is Angel Fermin batting for Emil Salem. Slow roller. Third baseman cuts it off. And Jimenez gets his man.
Nice play right there by Jimenez, just making the play and making the throw on the run. And his defense has really improved this year. His play all around, from offensively and defensively, has improved.
Now Kevin Colon to the plate. Colon took over defensively for Cipriano at second a couple of innings ago. This is his first trip to the plate. Facing Adam Mills, who was a finalist for the 2007 Roger Clemens Award, which is given annually to the best pitcher in all of college baseball. The award was won by David Price, the lefty out of Vanderbilt, who was the first pick in the entire draft this year, taken by the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Mills at UNC Charlotte this year with the best ERA in the entire country, tied for the most wins in the nation. So it was a terrific senior season at UNC Charlotte for Adam Mills, a Maryland native, 6 feet tall, 190 pounds, an 8th round pick this year. And like Ken said, a name that, from everything we've heard, you're going to hear a lot about in the months and the years ahead. Looking to set down his 6th man in a row. And he just missed outside.
And he really has good command of the strike zone. He's able to pitch in and pitch out. And, you know, when you're coming out of a good college program, that's one thing some of these players at this level are able to do. And just, they're a great example of the breaking ball right there, just knowing where to put it.
Got Colon looking at a slider, so that's 3 strikeouts and 2 innings of work for Mills. Time running out for the Spinners, down to their final 6 outs. Down a run to Hudson Valley.
Subaru all all-wheel deal clearance is going on now. Feel the freedom in a brand new 2007 Subaru Outback. The best-selling wagon in America with symmetrical all-wheel drive standard and the government's highest possible 5-star safety rating. Get $1,500 cash back or 1.9% financing. Now only $20,695. Or you can lease an Outback for only $219 per month. Go to NewEnglandSubaru.com for a list of local dealers. Feel the freedom. Offer ends September 4th.
I absolutely love Time Warner Cable's Pay Express. It's so easy to use and so convenient. After everyone is tucked in, I can quickly go online, check out my statement, pay my bill, and get on with my life. I don't have to worry about my bill getting lost in my monthly paper shuffle. I can even register for automatic withdrawal from my checking account. Paying bills is easy with Pay Express. I don't even have to think about it. And it's simple to sign up for, plus it's free. Pay Express really fits my lifestyle.
1-0. Hudson Valley has led this one since the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the 8th, but first let's go down to Yawkey Way and check in with Catherine Tappan.
Glenn, thank you. Hi, everybody. Coming up right after the conclusion of this game, we've got a lot in store for you in between the doubleheader. We're going to have Drew Weber, the owner of the Lowell Spinners, join us live on the set. We're going to catch up with Gary DiSarcina and also Vice President of Player Personnel for the Red Sox, Ben Charrington, will join us and talk a little bit about a lot of these prospects that you were seeing here this afternoon. So be sure to stick with us, guys.
All right, Catherine, thanks a lot. We'll look forward to that. It's a full day of wall-to-wall baseball here on Nesson. We've seen a good one between Hudson Valley and Lowell. We've got Catherine and friends between games. And then Michael Bowden and the Portland Sea Dogs will take on the Harrisburg Senators in Game 2 of our doubleheader. So we appreciate your sticking with us as the afternoon goes on here at Fenway. We have sung Sweet Caroline, so that means it's got to be the bottom of the 8th at Fenway Park. Jorge Jimenez to the plate to face Ryan Zimmerman, who's on to start his second inning. Jimenez loops one into right. Coming on Fermin, and he will play it on a bounce. Jimenez wants a double. He'll have a double. And the Spinners, who have threatened in both of the last 2 innings, only to be turned away, have the leadoff man at second here in the 8th. That is Angel Fermin in right field. Loyola moving over to center this half inning.
Well, I think he read it off the bat, Andrew Fermin did, incorrectly. I think he thought it was going to go further than it did. But you got to give a lot of credit to Jimenez, who just never stopped slowing down. Right out of the box, running hard, and he's into second base with a leadoff double.
He's had a good day today with the bat, with the glove, showing some good hustle.
Now, that's one thing, you know what, I think Gary really preaches, is just running out of that box and being quick. And, you know, he never slowed down coming out of the box.
Now, Cade Cowan, who's had a good day, a single and a double. He's 2 for 3. And he watches down low. The Renegades were in at the corners. First baseman Wrigley, third baseman Sexton, in case Cowan's thinking about a bunt, trying to get the tying man to third with only 1 out. He's not showing bunt. He's watching ball 2. Well, Lowell had the bases loaded with 2 outs in the 6th. Couldn't score. Cabrera grounding to second to end the threat. They had the bases loaded with 1 out in the 7th. And Pedro Vasquez hit into a 1-2-3 double play. Still down a run. Cowan pops it up on the infield. It's the second baseman taking charge. Colon making the play for out number 1. There's the Spinners' closer, Felix Ventura. He's a New York Penn League All-Star. That's action in the Hudson Valley bullpen. That's Robert De La Grata beginning to throw. But in the Lowell pen, take my word for it, the closer, Felix Ventura, beginning to loosen. We'll probably see him, even if Lowell's trailing, going to inning number 9. There's Ventura. Tied for the league lead in saves. Here's Will Vasquez, who walked his first time up, takes inside ball 1. The hits are even at 5 apiece, but the game's only run belongs to the Hudson Valley Renegades. It came all the way back in the top of the first. Emil Salem led off with a single to the pitcher, went to second on an errant pickoff throw, to third on a fly ball to right, and he scored on a throwing error. So an unearned run, the only run in this game. The starters in line for the decisions. If it ended like this, Alex Cobb would be the winner for Hudson Valley, and Jose Capiano would be a very tough luck loser for Lowell. He allowed just 1 unearned run on 3 hits over 6 innings, didn't walk anybody, fanned 3. Will Vasquez trying to pick him up here. That's a strike call. We told you at the outset, the New York Penn League, for the most part, a pitcher's league this year. Hudson Valley leading the league in hitting with a 264 team average. We've got 9 out of the 14 teams, team ERAs below 4. That's been the case today as Vasquez takes ball 3.
And that's usually the case when it comes to, short season A-ball. Is the pitchers have the advantage over some of these hitters. Some of these hitters haven't seen hard-breaking sliders or 12-6 curveballs.
Tying man at second, 1 out. The 3-1 to Vasquez. Toward the shortstop, it'll get the man to third. And on the off-balance throw, O'Malley gets Vasquez for out number 2. So the tying man only 90 feet away, but there are 2 outs now. And it'll be up to Rafael Cabrera.
Great play right here by O'Malley. Able to having to charge this all the way and then make a throw on the run and a strike to Wrigley at first. Seen some really good defense here today from both teams.
Seen some good defense, seen some good pitching. We've seen only 1 run, and this is how it's scored back in the first. It was a fly ball to right field off the bat of Cody Cipriano. Cade Cohen winding up, and the throw hitting the runner off of Salem toward the dugout, and Salem scored the only run of the afternoon. Quick meeting at the mound. The manager, Matt Carl, going out there to talk to Zimmerman. And now ready to get back to baseball. As Cabrera stands in from the left side. Rafael Cabrera today 0 for 3. He's fouled to the catcher, hit a fly ball to left, and a ground ball to second. And there's strike 1, foul ball. The Spinners have had their share of opportunities, especially late in this game. They loaded the bases in the 6th, couldn't score. They loaded the bases in the 7th, couldn't score. They got the leadoff man to second here in the 8th. 2 outs later, he's at third. Gary DiSarcina looking for a big hit. And Cabrera watches outside and low. Jose Jimenez, the tying man, he's at third. Ball 2, a little low.
Cabrera had a chance back in the 6th inning with the bases loaded and grounded to second. He's got a chance here again, this time to tie the score.
Third baseman Sexton in close in case he's thinking bunt. There's ball 3 outside. Cabrera heading to count 3-1 with Brett Lewis on deck. Lewis came into the game behind the plate in the last half inning. So he'll be the plate for the first time. 3-1. There is ball 4. And the Spinners have men at the corners with 2 outs for Lewis. Lewis signing with the Red Sox as a non-drafted free agent this spring. Played collegiately at the University of Texas, one of the great traditional powerhouses in college baseball, the alma mater of Roger Clemens, among many others. Lewis has backed up Ty Wheaton behind the plate this year for the Spinners. He's got a chance to stand on center stage and get a big hit here. And he swings through the first offering from Zimmerman, strike 1. Lewis trying to pick up Jimenez at third, Cabrera at first, 2 outs in the 8th. The Spinners down a run. Trying to cash in finally. There goes the runner from first, but a bouncer foul third base side. Ray was running that time. Ryan Zimmerman trying to work out of this jam. Got the double play ball to get out of a bases loaded one-out mess in the 7th. The 0-2 runner goes again. Lewis bangs it into center for a base hit. We're tied at 1. They threatened in the 6th, couldn't score. They threatened in the 7th, couldn't score. But the Spinners come through in the 8th, the big hit by Brett Lewis.
And just a good job here. Not trying to do too much. At 2 strikes. And this, an example of missing your spot right there by Zimmerman. Tried to come inside, but he left it right out over the plate. And Brent Lewis did not miss it. Capitalized on the mistake. And we have a tie ball game.
So Cobb can't win it. Capion won't lose it. Didn't deserve to anyway. Zimmerman is done for the afternoon. The Hudson Valley Renegades will go to the bullpen. We'll take a break, come back and tell you about the new pitcher. We're in the bottom of the 8th, game 1 of our future the Fenway doubleheader. We're tied at 1.
Hey Jen, how's the banking business? You mean cashing other people's big paychecks? It's depressing. I can't believe how much some people make, including you.
I make good money because I went back to school and got my degree. You can do the same thing.
I've been thinking about it, but I have no idea where to start.
My husband used this great new service called Education Connection to find an online master's program. It is so fantastic. They do all the work for you, and it's free. They help you choose a program and even match you to the best schools.
Education Connection's amazing free service does all the work for you. We search hundreds of accredited colleges and universities and thousands of programs so you don't have to. We can even help match your personality to the right career. We make finding the best schools easy.
Hey Karen, you're so right about Education Connection. They're great.
You'll be cashing your own big check soon.
Let Education Connection find the right school for you. It's free, so call 800-491-1979 or log on to 75edconnection.com.
We've got a brand new ball game as the Spinners have finally broken through here in the bottom of the 8th. They chase Ryan Zimmerman. A 1-1 tie, Lowell and Hudson Valley. Right-hander Robert Delagrada comes on now to take over for Zimmerman. He'll be the 3rd pitcher of the afternoon for Hudson Valley.
And Delagrada, 18 2/3 innings, 13 hits. 0-1 with a 4.34 ERA.
Just drafted this June, a 37th round pick out of Pepperdine. And he'll take over for Ryan Zimmerman. He came into a 1-0 ball game, got in trouble in the 7th, but escaped. Got in trouble in the 8th and couldn't escape. He worked an inning and 2/3. He hit 3 hits. He's allowed 1 run so far. He's responsible for the 2 men on base. Walked a couple, hit a man. And you see it's Red Lewis at first base. Alberto Cabrera at second. And Delagrada comes on and tries to keep this a 1-1 game and give his team a chance to grab the lead in the 9th.
And I think Zimmerman's thinking about that last pitch he threw. And it was a fastball that he wanted inside. He left it out. Brent Lewis jumped all over it, lining the ball into center field to tie the ball game. If he could have that pitch back, believe me, I'm sure he wishes he could.
Now Zimmerman can only sit in the dugout and watch as Delagrada tries to get out of the jam. He'll have to get Yamaiko Navarro, the all-star shortstop. He was hit by a pitch his first time up this afternoon. Navarro only 19 years old out of San Pedro de Macorís, that shortstop factory in the Dominican Republic, and he watches strike 1. Navarro signed by the Red Sox as an international free agent in January of '06. Played in the Dominican Summer League last year, making his Lowell debut here in 2007. 2 on, 2 outs. Breaking ball inside. It's been Alex Cobb, Ryan Zimmerman, now Robert Delagrada on the mound for the Hudson Valley Renegades. Cabrera at second. Red Lewis at first. Spinners have tied it, now trying to untie it at the bottom of the 8th. Fastball caught the outside black. That one at 91 miles per hour.
A good pitch right here. Navarro didn't like it, but that one looks like it did catch some of the outer half of the plate.
No, we've seen Gibson call the outside pitches all day. So at this point, you got to be ready to swing. Some more outside than others. 0-2 to Navarro. Checked his swing and one up and in.
One of the things we've seen today is some of these hitters come in and take that very first pitch that sometimes might be the best pitch they're going to see, and they hold the bat. And one thing about the Hudson Valley Renegades, the pitchers, they've been coming in throwing strikes.
Crowd begins the rhythmic applause at Fenway. It'll be a 2-2 to Navarro. And a swing and a miss. He's down on strikes to end the inning. But the Spinners break through. They tie this one up. We go to the 9th. Lowell 1 and Hudson Valley 1.
Stay tuned for an exciting money-making opportunity from SMC. Would you like to make more money, set your own hours, and spend more time with your family? Well, now you can with SMC.
It's amazing. I mean, to go to the mailbox and you get $10,000, $50,000 checks.
I was buried in debt, and I was sitting around one day and I saw an SMC commercial. I felt confident that this would work. My best year gross, I did about $350,000. I was making more money than I ever made in my life.
SMC supports its members with a huge warehouse stocked with thousands of products that you can sell for profits of up to 300% and more. Call right now to request your free information packet. And remember to ask your operator how you can jumpstart your business with $100 worth of free SMC merchandise.
Just pick up the phone and call this toll-free number now. Remember, you have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Call 800-708-2826.
It's the first of 2 at Fenway this afternoon. Our Futures at Fenway doubleheader. Portland and Harrisburg coming up next. Got an exciting finish here first, 1-1 as we go to the 9th. Monday is a big day in Boston. The Sox are back home to take on the Devil Rays, and Nesson's coverage is supersized. Tune in for Red Sox Monster Monday, presented by BMW and Peabody at 5:30. For 30 extra minutes of coverage from Tom Caron and the rest of the Ness crew. Get ready for the big week ahead. That is Red Sox Monster Monday on Monday. Adam Mills still out there as we go to the 9th. Gary DiSarcina told us he could use him for 3 innings. Ventura would probably follow him depending on how this game goes. And Mills has been very sharp since coming on.
And he's got that big overhand curveball. That's the fastball right there, hitting the spot. Good two-seam fastball. There's the breaking pitch down. And again, the curveball to end last inning. So I just like his demeanor. I like the way he is poised on the mound, how he attacks hitters. Very mature for a pitcher this young in this organization.
Was Michael Loyola trying to bunt his way on, but he hit it back to the mound. And Mills, a high throw, but it's pulled down by Vasquez for out number 1.
First pitch change up by Mills. Right ball hit right back to him. High throw, but Vasquez able to make the play and retire Loyola.
Mills allowed a double to the first man he faced in the 7th inning, Stephen Vogt, but since then he set down 7 in a row. That double by Vogt, the only base runner that Hudson Valley's had since the 4th. Here's Greg Sexton, 1 for 3 in the ball game. Could have had his second hit, but Cabrera, a nice running grab to rob him of a hit in the first. Well, he's got a second hit now as he singles into right field. So the go-ahead man on with 1 out in the top of the 9th for Hudson Valley.
Fastball away, and Sexton, good job of hitting. The ball to right field.
These teams played a tight one last night. Hudson Valley hanging on for a 6-5 win. Lowell scoring 3 in the ninth and leaving the bases loaded. A nail biter today. Here's Stephen Vogt, a double in 3 tries. And he watches a strike. Vogt, a 12th round draft pick this year out of Azusa Pacific, California. Among the league leaders in runs batted in. He's played some first base. He's done some catching as well, but he's in left field today. One and one. Vogt with 3 hits, a home run, and 4 RBI last night against the Spinners. Knocked in 14 runs in his last 11 games. Just in case Sexton was thinking about maybe running, Mills wants to let him know he hasn't forgotten about him. Sends one out toward left. On the run, Fernandez, and he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. Not a whole lot of foul territory when you get down the left field line here at Fenway Park.
A tough run right here. He knew he had the wall coming up, and that would have been a terrific play considering where that ball was hit. And you know, again, these players have never played here before. And getting the feel for Fenway Park for the first time.
Now batter steps out. Mills have taken too long. Sexton, the one-out runner at first. 1-2 to Vogt. Foul ball. Back to first goes Sexton. Lowell with a run in the bottom of the 8th after Hudson Valley's run in the top of the first. It's been all the offense we'd seen so far in this game. Spinners hoping to watch a come from behind victory here this afternoon. Quick throw to first, close play. But Sexton back in ahead of the tag.
Mills has a great move to first base, very quick. Sexton better be very careful over there. Another pickoff try. This time they get him.
They got him. They kept getting closer. Matt Cachuaro out of the third base coach's box. The manager wants to talk about that with Matt Newhold, the umpire on the bases.
Well, the throw was right where it needed to be. The throw actually ran into the runner. As he catches it, his glove goes in that direction. It's tough from that angle, but too close to call. I mean, the play before that, he threw over there, and it was a close play. And right off the bat, I think Sexton should have realized that, hey, this guy's got a good move. I better be very careful over there. And Mills comes right back, and he makes the play.
No, it's interesting to see where Matt Newhold was standing to have to make that call. At the major league level, you have 4 umpires on the field. In the upper minor league levels, you have 3. In the New York Penn League, there are 2 umpires, 1 behind the plate and 1 on the bases. And Newhold was out near second base, as you can see, which is where he's supposed to be positioned in that situation. But he had to make that call from a long way away.
Might have got him on the arm just as he was going back.
So just like that, 2 down, base is empty.
Big play in this ball game right there.
Mills trying to end the top of the 9th. Back up the middle. Segovia. Inning over. We go to the bottom of the 9th. A chance for the Lowell Spinners to maybe win this one in dramatic fashion. Hudson Valley won. Lowell won. Game 1 of our Future to Fenway doubleheader.
Talking to the cable guy, pal?
Actually, the Verizon Fios Tech. It brings fiber optics right to your door on 3 different spectrums of light. You got your 1310, your 1490, and the 1550.
Experience the fiber optic difference you can only get with Verizon Fios. Fios brings our 100% fiber optic network all the way to your home, so you get incredible bandwidth for the best of today's technology and tomorrow's. That's why it's the most amazing TV picture, period. And because Fios gives you massive fiber optic bandwidth, you get the fastest internet, period. Call now and experience Fios, TV, internet, and unlimited calling with all of your favorite calling features for only $99.99 a month.
The light is so clean, it's plus 20 dB high. It's true quality.
You should see his truck.
Call 1-877-444-FIOS for fiber optic TV, internet, and phone straight to your home. Only from Verizon.
This is game one of our Futures at Fenway doubleheader presented by Filene's Basement. And Ken Ryan, after we talked about the jitters early on, we've had ourselves a pretty good ball game here.
Well, I'm sure these players had jitters early on in the game, but as it's progressed, I'm sure some of those jitters, those nerves have subsided, and this game has turned into a really terrific ball game. 1-1 here in the ninth inning. Some really good defense, some really good pitching from both sides. A couple mistakes that have come into play, but for the most part, a fairly well-played ball game, and a chance here for Lowell to win this thing, hopefully here in the bottom of the ninth.
It'll be Robert De La Grada still out there on the mound. They'll face 9-1 and 2. Luis Segovia, Carlos Fernandez, Pedro Vasquez due to hit for the Spinners. The big hit for Lowell. A two-out single up the middle off the bat of Brett Lewis. Lewis batting for the first time in the ball game in the eighth inning. Singled home Jorge Jimenez. That's the only run the Spinners have scored today. But Hudson Valley just a lone run at the top of the first. So we go to the bottom of the ninth, all tied at a run apiece. Spinners looking for the win to keep pace in their tight race in the New York Penn League's Stedler division, chasing Oneonta and Vermont. Segovia dropped down to sacrifice button. His first trip to the plate today. Squares again. And he watches ball one.
Well, this would be a really good win for Lowell, a team that has been struggling lately. To be here on this kind of stage and to come out with a victory here would, I'm sure, raise some spirits and raise their confidence as well.
Out of play, 1-1 to Segovia. Well, this team was leading the way in its division for the better part of the first month of the season. Then the injury to Ryan Kalish, who we've had a couple people come in here today and tell us is probably the best player in the New York Penn League this year. They lose Caleb Clay, one of their top starting pitchers, to injury. And it's been a tough last couple of weeks for the Spinners. They've lost 9 of their last 12. Rip and miss by Segovia. It's 1-2. They started the year 20-12. They've got 6-12 since then. Segovia trying to reach and get something started here in the bottom of the ninth. And he's hit by the pitch. Second hit batsman by Hudson Valley pitchers today. And Segovia, the winning run, heads down to first base.
De La Grada not too happy with that. 1-2, trying to come inside with a fastball, and again the ball taking off. And Segovia very happy to run down to first base as the winning run.
Now De La Grada will go after Carlos Fernandez.
And you'd have to think that Lowell here is going to play for the bunt.
Felix Ventura, the closer, up in the pen in case there's a 10th inning. Won't be a save chance for him this afternoon, no matter what happens. There's the bunt push towards the third baseman. The only play will be to first. And the sacrifice for the second time this afternoon, successfully by the Spinners.
Well, a good job right there by Fernandez Olivia, just getting the ball down in a good position. And the only play is to first base. So that's the second one we've seen by Lowell today. They both got him down. Good job of doing the little things to help your team win a ball game.
Now Pedro Vasquez to the plate. He had a chance with the bases loaded, 1 out in the 7th, and a ground ball back to the pitcher. A 1-2-3 double play. He's got a chance with the winning run at second. One out in the bottom of the ninth now. And he watches ball one. On deck, Jorge Jimenez, who has singled and doubled. Knocked in 3 against Hudson Valley last night. Best RBI man on this Spinners team. One ball pitch to Vasquez. Popped up. The catcher and the hitter get tangled up there. The out recorded by the catcher, McCormick. The shades of Ed Armbruster and Carlton Fisk there.
Well, McCormick having to get out of the way of Vasquez to make the play. Vasquez just looking up at the ball, and then McCormick doing a little elbow shoving to get out of the way, and then he runs into his pitcher for insult. But a good play right there by McCormick to get the out.
Like a little pass interference. So 2 outs, the winning man at second, Segovia. Here's Jimenez, who's had a great afternoon. Watches ball one. He's done it with his bat. He's done it with his glove. He's shown a lot of energy and hustle out there. A chance to be a hero. He grounded to second his first 2 times up, singled in the 6th, doubled and scored the only Spinners run in the 8th. Watches the fastball too high, so he's in the driver's seat now, 2-0. Gary DiSarcina looking for some walk-off magic from his Spinners here in the bottom of the 9th at Fenway Park. Delagrada, the 2-0. Outside corner for a strike. It's 2-1.
That one there just one look outside, but catching the outer half.
Gibson's been consistent all day. Three and 1. That pitch looked better than the one before it.
It's like a change-up that just he leaves up and out of the zone.
So good hitters count for Jimenez. Segovia, the winning run at second, the 3-1. A swing and a drive out to right. Fermin goes back. It's over his head, and Lowell wins it. Jorge Jimenez, a walk-off single with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. And game 1 of our Futures at Fenway doubleheader goes to the Lowell Spinners.
Jimenez in the driver's seat, 3-1, and he takes a pitch right down the middle, and he knew it right there after he makes contact that he hit that thing pretty good, and nothing Fermin could do but stick his hand up and watch the game end as a walk-off single by Jimenez, and the Lowell Spinners, a big win for them. They've been struggling in it, and that's right there. You can see the joy on Jimenez's face, and the team out there celebrating a good win today for Lowell.
And with nearly 30,000 on their feet here at Fenway Park, dirty water blaring from the PA system, an exciting day for the Lowell Spinners. Victorious in game 1 of our Futures at Fenway doubleheader. So Lowell comes from behind. Spinners win it 2-1. We're back with more right after this.
What are you looking at?
Ever wish you could hang out with a major leaguer like David Wright?
Looks like you need a roommate.
Now you can with Fathead.
Do you even know what a fathead is? Let me see what you got on your wall. Mine has attitude. I got my hitting stance going. You might want other people's, but you definitely want mine.
Fathead is a life-size wall graphic that brings the action and intensity of the game right into your home or office.
It's so real, I might not even have to go to team meetings anymore.
Fathead are easy to put up and brings instant impact to your wall.
It's so simple, even a pitcher can do it.
Officially licensed by Major League Baseball Properties. Major League Baseball Players Association, NASCAR, the NBA, and the NFL and Players Inc., plus other major sports and entertainment properties. Fathead brings the impact and imagination of the moment to fans of all ages.
You can't get any closer to the action than this.
So call now or go to fathead.com to find all your favorite Fatheads.
You know what you should do? You should buy it as a gift. All you gotta do is go to fathead.com.
Fathead. Live big, real big.
I'd shave my head for a fathead.
A run in the bottom of the 8th and a run in the bottom of the 9th. The Lowell Spinners defeat the Hudson Valley Renegades. What a great start to our second annual Futures at Fenway doubleheader here at Fenway Park, presented by Filene's Basement. And Ken, Jorge Jimenez gets to play hero.
He did 3 hits today, and I tell you, he played really good defense. He got scored the tying run in the 8th, gets the base hit to win it in the 9th. Just a tremendous job by him and the pitching staff in Lowell, and a really good win today for Lowell, and they really needed it. They've been struggling lately, but this one here hopefully gets them back on the right track.
The starter, Jose Capellan, was terrific. Just 1 unearned run on 3 hits over 6 innings. And now we're going to head downstairs. The man of the hour standing by with Mike Antonellis.
All right, Glenn, thanks a lot. Jorge Jimenez has the game-winning hit. Hey, when you come on the bus today, I'm sure all the guys, they're thinking they want to be the hero today, and you had the right lottery ticket. Great job.
Thanks.
Take us through that last at-bat.
No, just I was thinking for that pitch inside fastball, and he threw that, and just I was relaxed for that in that AB. That's my coach told me every day. Be relaxed in the play and just hit the ball like I can do.
Can you put into words what this is like playing here at Fenway Park?
Wow.
Well, you said it right there. Wow.
Wow. That's the only that I can say. Wow.
Great job.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, back up to you, Glenn.
Thanks, Mike. He did say it all. Wow. What an afternoon for the Lowell Spinners. What an afternoon for Jorge Jimenez. And we're just getting started. Game 2 coming up next. The Portland Sea Dogs and Harrisburg Senators. But first, let's send it out to Catherine Tappan on Yawkey Way. Catherine?
All right, thanks, guys. We are live here on Yawkey Way, and as you just saw it, Lowell Spinners against the Hudson Valley Renegades. Tie game, bottom of the 9th, 3-1 count for Jorge Jimenez. He gets the job done with a base hit, scoring Luis Segovia with a walk-off single. Lowell Spinners win it 2-1 against the Hudson Valley Renegades. So the home team coming through. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Nesson's presentation of the Road to Fenway Park. Today, it is the Futures of Fenway doubleheader presented by Filene's Basement, and you can just sense the energy here on Yawkey Way. It is a minor league atmosphere. Lots going on. We've got a packed house as these players are going to get a taste of what it's like to play at Fenway Park, the same place where David Ortiz, Manny Ramirez, and the rest of the Red Sox play. A couple of the players before the game this afternoon were out taking a stroll out to the Green Monster to see just what that's like in person. Coming up on the show, we've got Drew Weber, the owner of the Lowell Spinners, as I'm sure he is enjoying a very nice afternoon with that win. We're going to also catch up with Gary DiSarcina and sit down with Ben Charrington live here on the set. He is the Vice President of Player Personnel for the Red Sox, so he'll give us some insight as to who these players are and what they hold for the future of Red Sox Nation. But right now, we're going to go back up to the booth where Ken and Glenn are standing by to recap this great win for the Lowell Spinners. Guys?
All right, Catherine, thanks a lot. Well, Ken, it was a terrific ball game. We talked about Jimenez, the hero with the stick, but you don't win 2-1 without some great pitching.
A great pitching. Capellan pitched a great game, gave him 6 strong innings. Adam Mills came in, and we really get to see what he's all about. He's got some really good stuff. 2 good young prospects, pitching prospects in this organization that everybody got to see today, and that really kept the team in the game, and some timely hitting down the stretch. A good win today for Lowell.
And the excitement level in that Lowell dugout, watching those kids pour out of the dugout to surround Jimenez, fun thing to watch.
I mean, to win is great, but to win here at Fenway and to leave here today with an experience that, hey, I played on a big league field, and kind of get a taste of, a small taste of what it's like to play in the big leagues. So I think they learned a lot today from a mental standpoint of what it's like to play at this level.
And what does this do for a kid like Jorge Jimenez? A good prospect, but to have this on his resume, you know he did it on this stage in this ballpark.
It means a lot, and we've talked about it during the game. He's really improved as the season has progressed. He's matured both physically and mentally, and we saw a lot of what he can bring to the table today. 3 hits, good defense, played really well at third base today, and one of Gary's big guys on this team that he's leaning on toward the end of the season.
So a good afternoon for the Lowell Spinners, a fun ball game here at Fenway Park, and we're just getting started. We've got another one coming up, Portland and Harrisburg, before too long. But for now, let's go back downstairs to Catherine.
Thanks, Glenn. And as you mentioned, we do have another doubleheader coming up here, Portland and Harrisburg. And here's who's going to be on the mound for those games. It'll be Michael Bowden going up against Beltran Perez. Bowden, one of the top prospects in the Red Sox farm system right now. He's 6-4 with a 4.28 ERA. We'll talk about those guys a little later. But coming up, we are going to be joined by the owner of the Lowell Spinners, Drew Weber, here live on Yawkey Way. And those guys definitely excited after a 2-1 win by the Lowell Spinners.